Hey guys, welcome back to American Adventure. So it's been a while. It's been about 2 years, and I probably you're all thinking, what happened? And well, I'm here to explain exactly why there is a 2-year gap between episode 21 to episode 22. So American Adventure, let's do a short history lesson. American Adventure, I think, started in the year of, let me go double check my YouTube channel and look at the first episode. I think it landed on, I think it started in 2020 because we were during the whole COVID stuff. Let me double check. American Adventure episode 1. Yep, June 2nd, 2020 is when I started the project of my second theme park. And then I just continued working on it for that full year, and then into 2021, and then I stopped around March 6th of 2022, and that was about a year and about half. So basically 2 years I haven't worked on the park in a while, and the last thing I worked on was the water park. So the reason why I wasn't working on it was because I lost some steam working on the water park and some ideas. I just kind of fizzled out. And also my computer wasn't running as well because the map is so large and there's so many props in there that I was getting down to like 40 to 30 FPS. Sometimes it would drop to 20 to 13 and I would have like these little hiccups, and so I didn't touch it. It's probably why I didn't want to work on it anymore, because it was just so bogged down to work on anything. So recently I got my computer upgraded about 2 weeks ago, and I load up the map, and the map runs at a solid 60 FPS. I'm very happy with the outcome. So we're going to do a quick tour to remind you of what American Adventure is. American Adventure was a project of mine that I wanted to make a theme park based off American history. And this one's more based off of Disney's America, that Disney wanted to build a park based off of American history. So this is the entrance of our American Adventure. It's like a colonial representation of a, kind of looks like an Independence Hall actually, but it's kind of just a colonial building. I'm not sure how else to describe it. And then we have our utility buildings that we need for a park of this size. So we have guest relations over here, so it's like your town hall. And then we have over here locker rentals, restrooms, things like that. Actually, is that I need to double check something. This is a door, right? I need to double check that this is a door. Okay, it is a door. Okay, cool. Just double checking. So I actually haven't been on the map in a long time, so it's kind of nice to see the park in its glory again. So over here is Liberty Hot Dog. This goes into Liberty Street, which actually goes over to our theater, which are Independence Halls. This is a theater about American history, so it's kind of like American Adventure show at Epcot. I would kind of imagine it would be that. So here's the a cutaway for the inside of the amphitheater or theater, and then there's the screen. So it would probably be a movie. Well, I wouldn't know. I don't know what it could be, but it could be a movie. And then we have a carousel, restrooms again, another shop. This shop actually needs a logo, but I will figure that out later. But if we backtrack a little bit, so the main thoroughway into American Adventure goes right into Boston Harbor. Basically like it's going to be our main street of American Adventure. It's kind of what I designed it for. And so Teacups is in this building. This is just a barn. I'm not really sure why I built that, but I built that regardless. So we go over a wooden bridge. This is kind of my crossroads type of thing that Disney had. But yeah, this is my Boston Harbor. So we have general store, we have a burgers restaurant, and then we kind of end up at the harbor with our USS Constitution, a flagship. It's kind of our centerpiece. Then we have a representation of a fort with the British. So this is kind of a revolutionary time of America. So I would imagine that this part of the park would have a lot of museum references or museum type of atmosphere. So have a lot of signs that would read certain history, music would be playing, all that stuff. Maybe some artifacts would be on display. Not really sure. Haven't thought that far, but it was kind of a way to start the story. Then if we venture around Freedom Lake, so the lake in the center is called Freedom Lake, and we go to the right-hand side, we go to our second land, this is our victory field. This one's going to be for honoring service members and World War I, World War II. Mostly World War II because I picked this, I think this was a destroyer that I picked. Yeah, this is a destroyer. So, yeah, this is basically a knockoff of, what's it called? Condor Flats at California Adventure. And then we have our first dueling inverted coaster. This is Dogfight. So this coaster was I can't remember, a difficult coaster to work on. Not necessarily because it was a dueling, but because of the custom supporting, and I had to do the custom supporting twice because I accidentally deleted them and saved the map, and I didn't realize I did that because I didn't load the mod in properly, and so that was fun. So actually the second rendition of the supports are better because they were placed in better positions, and they just made more sense this way, but it was another pain. But this was a fun one. I like this one a lot. It looks really good. And I like the dueling aspect of these coasters, honestly. So this kind of reminded me of Dueling Dragons at Islands of Adventure. Rest in peace. So this was kind of my own version of it, but more of a dogfight theme. So airplane themed. Then we venture down the runway to Soarin' Over America. This is a Soarin' Over California type of attraction. Made it very similar. We have our inside cutout to kind of see what's inside, but this actually houses 4 motion simulators. And then after we leave Victory Field, we can either cut through the forest or you cut over here around toward Bountiful Farms. This is a land dedicated to all the farms of America, farm work, all the farmers and the people who produce food, all that good stuff. So we have Barnstormer, a very generic junior coaster. Then we have Farmer's Market, which is the main restaurant of this land. And then the big dark ride is Listen to the Land, is a boat ride dedicated to the technologies of farming and what it does for America. So basically it's another educational ride, like Epcot kind of way. But that's what I kind of envisioned that American Adventure would be, is like a mix of Epcot and a mix of California Adventure. It's just a mix of those parks, and I thought this was the best way to do it. Yeah. So we venture on down past the farms into our first like mini land, like our mini sub land, because I actually found a way to split the lands in half. So this is our New York waterfront. So this is dedicated to Ellis Island, which is a very important structure in American history. This building was a place for immigrants to come in, get basically, I think, counted, signed in, and then on their way to become citizens of the United States. So this is kind of a very big building that I really needed to have to kind of represent that historical thing. It became the Melting Pot Cafe, so it does house a restaurant. We have a boat hire here, I think. Let me double check something. Yeah, it's a rowboats. I could make the rowing boat area a little bit bigger. Maybe add some rocks here to kind of have the boats move around, actually. I could do that. Yeah, I could now think about adding some things to the park. So this is kind of, yeah, so the New York waterfront's kind of in the front area here, and then it kind of ventures back here to Town of Industry. Town of Industry is dedicated to all the inventions and hard work of American industrial might. So we have the Forge, which is the main tilt coaster. It's just a iron forge, or steel forge, basically. Something of that nature. This is perfect timing, too. So we're going to watch the coaster for a second. But this was a concept that Disney had for their American Adventure, or for their Disney's America. And so I kind of pulled that off and see if I can replicate it as well. But basically the whole point of American Adventure is to see a America-themed park work. it's so funny because there was a park that was announced, I think about a month ago, called American Heartland. And that's kind of a theme park dedicated to American history. And it's so funny how we'll see if that park even becomes real, but I like the concepts of it. I've already seen some of the concept art and some of the renders. It looks pretty cool. And so I always remember like, oh, I'm building one too. Mine's is virtual. So back here is Ford's Wheels of Progress. This is another educational dark ride. This is about the invention of the automobile and American car culture. So we have a cutaway of a factory. Cars are being built and you go by it. And then this one is a cutaway of like an American street with cars, maybe more modern. I don't know what scenes would be in this show building, but you can imagine what could be in here. Then we venture back down, back to the lakeside, and venture toward the left. We go into our more let me see here. What was the year over here? I think I picked 1920s for the town of Industry, 1930s. And then we ventured to the 1940s. I think this would be the 1940s. No, this would be 1920s. No, 1940s would be over here for town of Industry. Yeah. I'm like getting my times mixed up. So this is Pacific Pier, not a ripoff, but a knockoff of Paradise Pier from California Adventure. I wanted to do a nod to Seaside amusement parks and Midways and all those cool theme parks. And I just wanted to make my own Midway Mania and then a wooden coaster, because a wooden coaster is a very iconic thing for a American theme park. There's some things I need to add to this area is a sign for the Sea Dragon, because that's what the coaster's called. And then here's the Midway Mania is in the back here with some cutaways. You can see the ride. Yep, this looks wonderful. I forgot how cool this is. And also I know that at night the lights on the coaster light up. Yep. And then we venture off into the oldest part of the park would be the Great Frontier. So this is like the 1800s, 1850s. And so the first ride that pops up is Paul Bunyan's River Rapids, or River Adventure, which is funny because there's no Paul Bunyan in here, and I feel like I need to actually put a Paul Bunyan statue. I think I do. I think I need to add an animatronic of some sort right here somewhere. I just have to rework it. But now I can do it. So with this map running better, I can now work on these things and go from here. So I'm excited. And so I'm actually right now working on a couple key things for American Adventure up in the corners of the map that I will not be showing you. That's for a later video, but this is a video just to catch you guys up on what the park looks like so far. So we're going to venture off into the little town of Tumbleweed. Here's a little western town. This kind of showcases what the American frontier looked like and the start of finding your destiny, or whatever it was called. I forgot the term. Regardless, I digress. And then over here is Titan Peak Railroad. This is my Big Thunder Mountain version, just a little bit bigger, more grand. But yeah, as I pull out, I would have dropped frames right now, but right now I'm still holding at 60, and this looks wonderful. Man, this ride looks really cool. So yeah, and we just now made it a full circle around Freedom Lake, and we're back at Boston Harbor. So the park was finished, the American Adventure Park was finished a while ago, and so when I finished it, I was like, well, I need to add an additional park, because I had an empty piece of land at the left side of the park, or the left side of the map at the bottom, and so I decided to opt to do a water park. And so this is Harbors of America, and so far at this point, when I stopped working on it, I only did New Orleans here. Yeah, New Orleans sits right here. Yeah, New Orleans, and then I did a LA, Port of LA theme here, and then it just kind of, I lost inspiration. So this you can kind of tell from the patches of dirt and sand and pathways kind of not really in proper positions. It just kind of ran out. So yeah, I'll probably get to this one later after I get some of the ball rolling for working on some of the other parts of the park. Yeah, this is this will start up again. I know it will. That's why I'm doing this video. So I want to do some more LA stuff here, and then maybe do San Francisco, and then I wanted to do Alaska, but I might have to change my mind. I'll change my mind. I'll probably maybe do. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do Long Beach. That's also a California thing too. No, I should change the harbor. I need to pick a different harbor. Maybe Florida. Yeah, Florida would work. Maybe. We'll see. I'm still deciding what I want to do, and also I want to add some working water slides. Unfortunately, I will not be deleting this water slide. This water slide has to stay because I don't want to delete this and place in this water slides with the water slide mod. I'll add water slides to add some more dynamic energy and all that stuff, but I won't delete it. It's also diagonal, so that stays. So yeah, this is the park so far in its glory. And if you guys want to catch up on the American Adventure series, I suggest you start on episode 1. That will be a link in the description below of the playlist, and we can just start over again and get yourself caught up to what I'm working on right now. I won't show you, but I need to remind you that I have a hotel called Sequoia Suites, and the Sequoia Suites needs a miniature golf course, and so I'm working on that one right now, and hopefully that comes out in the next couple weeks or so. But this was just a way to kind of show you what the park looks like so far. Let's see how far we can zoom out before frames start dropping. Yeah, frame starts dropping around we're at 32. Yeah, 32 at this distance looks great. Yeah, look at this place. This is amazing. How big the park is. Yep. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed a tour of American Adventure and the plans that I have for it. So expect episode 22 to drop in a week or so, maybe in 2 weeks after I get some things built. But I did tease in the community tab and on Twitter, and I think on Instagram as well, that I got back into it. And also I wanted to tell you why it kind of was in a hiatus for 2 years. So I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you want to continue to, I want to thank my Patreons. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you can. There will be a link in the description below, and a link to the playlist of American Adventure. If you want to relive the first episode, go for it and catch yourself up all the way up to episode 21, and then hopefully episode 22 will be up by the time you get there. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next American Adventure.